Hi guys, so our assignment this week was over copyright and fair use. I actually took the quiz first because I was curious about what I knew or what I didn't know, and I did horrible on that. So while studying the websites, there was obviously a lot of stuff that surprised me because there was so much stuff that I did not know. So just a few things that I was surprised about was that an original work, as long as it's in tangible form, is copyrighted immediately after it's produced. There's also the fair use doctrine that can be used for classroom instruction. However, there is so many guidelines when you're using that. And then one of the things is that you cannot copy the same works for more than one semester or one class. And then you also cannot make copies of works in substitution of buying the actual textbooks or materials. And then I did learn that you should use public domain resources as often as possible because they are normally created by, I think it's like government officials and educational things, and they're normally for use, and they're not copyright protected. And then also it says that anonymous works are copyright protected for 95 years after it's published, which is crazy to me because, I mean, you don't even know who that person was or is. But those are a couple of things that really surprised me. Examples that I've experienced, I would say would probably be, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like during school time, teachers would just, have a copy of, like, have one book or one, music sheet or something, and they would make copies for the whole class and for, neighboring classes, and they would use it year after year of just that one book and making copies of it. I never knew that was illegal until now. Because like I said, I apparently knew very, very little about copyright laws and fair use. I never thought it was a big deal. I mean, you purchased that one book, so it's yours. It really shouldn't matter if you're making a bunch of copies with it. But after going over a bunch of these copyright laws and like all the guidelines and restrictions and everything else, I'm gonna have to say it is a big deal now. And then on the quiz, I made a 38%. Like I said, I took it in the very, very beginning before I read anything, and I really didn't know much of anything. Some of the questions that surprised me was that the video store couldn't donate a rental-free video for the kids to watch. And then the other one was that you could not tape a show as like a just in case I'll need this. You would only tape it if you know you're going to need it, which seems a little crazy to me because what if, something aired and then 2 or 3 weeks later you're like, oh, that would be perfect in my lesson that's coming up. And then also though, it said on the Bill Nye one that you could show that because you were allowed to show it like up to 3 years after its original broadcast, but it says that the program was from 1998, so I feel like that question's a little out of date because I selected that the answer was false, that you couldn't record it and show it from 1998, but apparently you could because you can use it up to 3 years, and I guess this question is out of date. The other thing that surprised me was that you can't show an entire news program over Nixon, or I mean just any news program period. Alright, so obviously I didn't know much about copyright laws and fair use. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.